Hey Sonia, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Um,
Just gonna
I
check
had a
on the
question.
agenda. Sure.
Um, the people that you have listed on that main page of the tracking document or the tracking
Yep.
spreadsheet,
Mhm.
master spreadsheet, whatever you're calling it,
Yeah.
some of those people say that they're on board, but some of them don't.
Mhm.
So can you update that so that I know, who has decided to help us in certain areas? Like
Yeah.
especially the roles you're thinking that I can help handle in the short term.
Yeah, I think for that that one would be the retention share. So let me double check one more time with Marty. That would be the closest role I'd say that fits that because I don't want to overextend you too much for that one. So just let me know when
Well,
it's too
you're
much
saying
as
to
well.
handle, last night you were talking about handling mentors, the consultants, plus this other new role that we have that we're talking about, the forgot the name of it again off the top of my head.
Champion?
Yeah, the champions. And then there's this retention thing.
Oh yeah, I
So
think the yeah, so for that one I would just say it's more just collecting the names. For the club mentor chair, they'll still be able to train them and do all of that. So all it's
well, the
just trying to
training's
figure out like
online. It's not a big deal.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, I mean, I can help track the people that want to do it and then
Yeah.
make sure they do their training. I can maintain the list of um, of clubs that want help, what kind of help that they want. Um, but yeah, I need to know which I'm gonna do for now.
Yeah. I think that would make the most sense with retention. So let me check with Marty. So I'll ping her just to see like can you confirm just in case like even a no is helpful just so we know like who can help support that role.
Yes, please.
So I'll go do that.
Well,
Yeah.
any of the roles that you need me to provide either data to or I need to know, I need a better, because I thought all I was doing was this ambassador thing. And that's okay that you've asked me to do more. Um, but I just need to know what you need me to do,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
A
I'd
more
say in this
definition.
Yeah, let me put in the response. Let me see if there's a way to comment the responsibilities for each one. That way, for the future as well, they'll be like, oh, yes, it'll help the future growth team. I know it's like each one's a little bit different per team, but
Yeah.
having that
So
clarity is useful.
yeah, it
Let me note
is.
that
Because I don't
down.
want to overstep what you're asking me to do and step on somebody else's toes. And then
Mhm.
in the conversation we had last night, it looked as if a couple of those people weren't, they say on board, but they may not be on board. Maybe it was just from last year.
Yeah,
So I want to make sure that I know what I'm working on and not doing double work because when someone else is already doing it, or if I'm just doing it for a short period of time until someone else comes in to take over the role, which is fine. Either way, I mean, I don't mind helping, getting those programs started, but I just need to know what I'm doing.
yeah. Yeah, I'll go through the outline and I'll send it over once the roles responsibilities are updated. And then
Awesome.
you can just let me know how it sounds, if that makes sense, and then we'll go from there. So I'll try to highlight each one, like what it should be for extension chair, corporate, community, etc. And yeah, just go down the list. Just make sure each one has a description and key actions.
Okay.
And hey, John.
And then an email to me that says these are what the ones you're covering for now.
Yeah, that sounds good. If it's like covering for another role.
Yeah.
John was asked recently to do area director. How was the conversation for that, by the
Ooh.
way?
Wow, yesterday they talked so much.
They did.
But it's cool because I told you there's one club that's, did I tell you about that? There's one club that's men only. They're Trump
Oh,
supporters, they're anti-women,
Oh
and
God.
they have a 10-minute break and they go down to this bar and drink. And they said that's one of my clubs. I visited it one time last year because this guy said, "Hey, he was in a different club, goes, hey, can you come hear my speech and let me know what you think?" And I showed up and I'm like, wow, this is such a non-Toastmasters meeting. So I brought up with the area, is it area director? Is that the right word?
yeah. Area
So I
director,
brought up
yeah, is
with
the one
her.
above the clubs. Oh.
Yeah, so she says I have to visit each club. I have 5 clubs. I have to visit each club twice a quarter. Does that sound right? And I need to
Uh,
report and
what
see how they've been doing.
have to 6 months every
Each
6
every 6 months, visit the club one time, or is it 2 times?
months
Twice.
every
Okay,
six.
cool. Yeah. Well, on the same time yesterday, my big club, I belong to Toastmaster 7. It's like the largest one in America. Singapore's got us, India's got us, and that. But anyway, this one guy they're trying to kick out. He was like hanging on a tree at this rec center. He took the compost trash can out, which was locked up, and they told him not to. And so the whole part of the club gets on there, like 35 people talking about why he should be kicked out. It was so awkward. He kept trying to defend himself. And
Yeah.
they said, this has been going on since 2024. And this club loves us because we take care of the place. It only costs us like $400 a month. It was awkward. So while the the new area thing was going on, I was listening to that on the side, and I really want to listen to what was going on there because I didn't know all this drama had happened in my big club. So crazy.
That's rough. And hey,
It
Aaron,
is kind of
nice to meet
crazy.
you. Is this your first time at Toastmasters?
Hello, one second. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I think I'm lagging, sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, one
So we'll
sec.
go ahead and get started in 1 minute, and then John, we'll do a quick confirmation of the roles. So let's see. John, are you available to still be Toastmaster of the day
Yeah, Toastmaster
and
and
Topics
table
Master?
topics. Yeah.
Okay,
Is that
perfect.
cool?
Yeah, that's good.
Let's make
Would
sure Jeff doesn't
you?
take off. Hey Jeff, you're like Houdini. You just disappear. You talk about some cool stuff, then you just you go away.
Oh yeah, just because he has a 1 o'clock after he has to prep for.
Oh, does
It
he?
is rough with the yeah, it's rough
Oh,
with the
I thought he was a
1 o'clock
magician or
meeting.
something. Okay. He, as soon as something cool or
Uh,
something interesting, I want to ask him, and I look, and he just out of thin air.
you have to message him right then and there. But yeah, we'll have the theme that you've chosen, so thank you like that. And the word of the day, did you? So that's something that we also have at least within this club, it's
I
what we have the
I
Toastmaster assigned. So you can
I
choose the
picked word of the day. Is
word.
that cool?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can choose the word of the day.
but I don't know if it's in like other clubs. They don't tell people what the word of the day is till the
The
time of the
day of.
meeting. They don't want them to
Oh, that works
practice and
too.
all that. Have you seen that, Sonya or Jeff, either? Because it's kind of weird.
I have seen it, but it's not because of they don't want people to practice because no one chose it till the beginning of the meeting.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
last minute,
it's for that.
so they had no time to Google it. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Gusto. Okay, I like that. So we have
Uh,
gusto as the word of the day. Okay, if
So,
I'm double checking to see who's available. We have General Evaluator Sonia, a timer is myself, Marion. It looks like we have Sib and Jeff. Are you available? Did you want to do a speaker for today?
Sure.
Okay, and then we also have a second speaking slot in case anyone would like to give the impromptu speech a shot. I could give it a try. I'll just try to figure out a question for it. So let me put myself as one slot and we'll put Jeff as another speaker. Okay, and then for the evaluators, I'm guessing we could do a quick round robin since we don't have enough folks for dedicated. And I think that should be it. Any roles that I missed? Okay, then I think with that, feel free to start whenever you're ready, John.
all
You can
right.
assign either me or Jeff as the first speaker or second speaker, up to you.
Okay, was there any updates to the agenda since this morning?
No, there
Okay,
hasn't been, but I'll
okay.
just be updating in the
Let me just.
background, so you might just need to
Okay.
do a refresh later.
All right. Let's see. It's thinking about it. Come on. It says waiting for securely speaking. Okay, here it's going. Was it on dial-up?
Oh, I did hear this website's going to be making updates, so that's exciting.
Okay,
I don't know what
there we
new
go.
changes we'll be doing, but we'll see.
Okay, now, Vincent, you're the sergeant at arms normally, correct? Or are you the president? Or is it Sonia? I forget.
Sonia is the president, and then I just act as Sergeant Arms, whoever I think we
Okay,
had Moan, but we haven't seen Moan in a bit. So
okay.
I can act as Sergeant Arms, so let me kick it off. Welcome everyone to today's Toastmasters meeting. My name is Vincent. I'll be your backup Sergeant at Arms. And before we get started, please take a moment to silence your cell phones, put on vibrate, whichever you prefer. And we ask that if you do step off the camera to put yourself, or just like hide the camera or turn off your camera, that way it doesn't act as a distraction throughout the meeting. We all, and then whenever you're back, turn on camera. We'd love to see your friendly face. Now, without further ado, please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, John, to help introduce today's meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent, Sergeant of Arms. All right, today's meeting theme happens every July 20th. There's two things that happen. It's Milk Chocolate Day, National Milk Chocolate Day, and this National Water Park Day. So I know how everybody likes weird things like me. I hope I combine both. So the theme of the meeting today is make a splash and keep it sweet. So the National Milk Chocolate Day and National Water Peak Day are recognized in a fun way every July 28th. And I've seen Milk Chocolate Day multiple times a year, so I've got to research why they do that. So this theme is about enjoying life's sweetest moments while having the courage to dive into new experiences. And today's word of the day is gusto. Hello, Betty. So gusto means enthusiastic and energetic enjoyment. Other good options include savor, to fully enjoy a moment, immerse, to involve yourself deeply in an experience, and intrepid, fearless, and adventurous. Doesn't even make sense. I pulled that off the internet. Anyway, the examples of gusto are she embraced the water slides, chocolate treats, and new experiences with gusto. The second example is our team tackled the new challenge with gusto, enthusiasm, and a little bit of chocolate. Now, I hope that was milk. I don't know if it's dark. Right. So that's the theme of the day. That is also the word of the day. Now let's go on to our next section of our meeting, and that is our prepared speeches. And we have two prepared speeches today, and I believe it's Vincent and Jeff. Is that correct?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And who will be timing your speeches, and how long will they be each? Or do you want me to be a
Uh,
timer?
it'll be 5 to 7 minutes. I can time myself, and then for
Okay.
Jeff, I'll be able to act as timer. The one role that I don't currently see available is I don't see Sib here, so it could be that Sib's not able to make it today. If Sib was acting as the Marion. Was there anyone able to fill in for that role in the meantime? Perhaps Betty? Betty, would you be available as the Marion for today?
I can do it if she doesn't want to.
Okay. Yeah, Betty went on mute, so they're just like, okay, that's saved.
Okay.
Yeah, it usually means she's not available if she's off.
That's why
Yeah, so
yesterday's me. They're asking hard table topics. I went off video. Like I was driving. I didn't want to participate. It was too hard. All right.
Ah,
Okay.
okay,
So
that's fair.
let me introduce our first speaker, Mr. Vincent. I believe he's speaking 5 to 7 minutes. He's going to give an awesome speech. He's going to make it so creative and make it easily for us to visualize what he's talking about. And let's turn over to you, Mr. Vincent.
Oh, thank you for the setup, John. Okay. It reminds me of one of those reverse like evaluations where it's like you're telling them like that was the most amazing speech ever, and now I have to figure out what to come up with. So thank you for sharing that, and I really appreciate the theme, which make a splash and keep it sweet. Just diving into new adventures, but also trying to find the enjoyment out of it as well, or that's what I'm taking away from that theme. And one of the things that I recently tried that I didn't think that I would be able to do was do a 5K, and this was last year. Right now, I'm training for the half marathon, but I definitely wouldn't have wanted to at all. So, how did I start with running in the first place? So, besides being inspired by Jeff's stories of him being able to casually run a 5K every day, I was just thinking about what can I do to get myself out of from being a couch potato, not and think worrying about running a half a mile. Like if I thought of running a half mile, I would think, I don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like a fun thing to do. Or the stories that I hear from a lot of the people I've known to do running. And I saw some statistics where it just said that runners generally get like 50% of runners get injured in a year. So that is something that I find quite scary. And I'm thinking like, okay, like is injury light? Is it just that they get hurt slightly and that counts as an injury? Or is it something where there's knee damage? So I'm hoping I can double check on that statistic afterward as well. But one thing that I remembered every time someone got injured, they told me, Vincent, make sure to stretch. Make sure that you drink lots of water. Make sure that you listen to your body during that time. You can still push yourself, try to push your PRs, but always make sure that if you do feel pain, don't choose pride over progress. So you want to make sure that you run in the long term, not just like doing a short moment where you're able to hit that 5K and then you get injured and then you just take a long break from running. So my goal was fairly straightforward. I was just going to run at my own pace and see how that went. I initially started to use an app called Runna. So Runna was just a kind of like a personal trainer that helped. And for the 5K race, it was free. So I was able to just download that and just say like intro to running. I've never ran more than a mile for quite some time, so I'd like to get started. And I was glad about how it started in terms of pacing, where they would encourage you to run for maybe 20 minutes or so and then walk for 5 minutes, and then run for a little bit more, and then stop. So a lot of it was walking and running to get you started. And once I saw that, I was thinking I can probably do this. Just start a little bit and constantly increase the time, and not worry too much about how far of a distance that I went. Throughout the weeks, it constantly encouraged make sure you rest. Make sure you do that progress every 4 weeks and then rest for a bit. Keep on going, keep on going. I remember there were days where I was surprised because because I was just focusing on time, I didn't realize that the amount of distance that I ran was about a mile or 2 miles or so. And then as the race day progressed and it was the 5K turkey trot run, I was excited by all the energy of the crowd. Just going there, you would see a lot of different costumes, people wearing turkey costumes. I was like, this is great to run with people with that energy. I even saw like a running toilet. Like someone put it on a toilet costume, and I thought I need to take a picture with this person, and it was great. I just really loved the energy, and everyone was there just going at their own pace. There were some kids as well, and I thought maybe this is the environment that I enjoy and appreciate. So during that run, I wasn't the fastest by any means. I made sure to run at the very far end, and I ran with a friend, and we made it as a walk and run during that time. Just because she was training as well, and we were trying to figure out what is the pace that works best for both of us. And to me, that made the whole race far more enjoyable. So now it's 2026 and I've been running a lot more. Recently, I just ran a 6.5, and next week I'll be running a 7.5 mile. As I progress to make it to that 13-mile half marathon mark, I don't want to think of it as like I'm going to run 13 miles next week or anything like that, but see it as a slow and steady progress. It's completely unknown, but I'm trying to approach it with a lot of gusto. Just seeing it as baby steps, and trying to focus on managing injury, making sure that I remember all the lessons that my uh, the previous half marathoners or marathoners in my family have done, which is always saying, make sure you stretch, don't neglect that. And I'm like, okay, I will really focus on it, even though it's really boring. So I try to do that each time nowadays. And so far, I haven't gotten injured yet, but I will trust the statistic and I'll remind myself of that statistic, making sure that I'm always careful for that next run. I hope that if you do ever take on running, don't worry about feeling like you have to hit big milestones, like you have to hit a mile today, or if you have to hit 2 miles. Just start wherever you're at and then keep growing step by step. With that, I return the control back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Please take a minute to two and send. No, we're doing group feedback, all right? But still do personal feedback to Vincent. Sorry.
All right, Mr. Toastmaster, 1 minute is up.
Thank you so much. All right. Oh, you do the feedback form there. Oh my gosh, sorry, Vincent.
Oh,
You
no,
guys are
both work.
you
As long
guys are
as feedback
you
is
get
sent, I think
but
that's good.
but this is awesome because it's trackable, right? And it saves it, right? It's
Yeah.
historical, right? I think it's awesome. No other clubs do that. So I really like that. So thank you for sharing that. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to our second speaker, and that is Mr. Jeff. And Jeff's also going to give an amazing speech to tell us how to make trillions of dollars, grow our hair, and be super healthy. Just kidding. But please take it away, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, Phil Toastmaster. Yes, indeed. I feel like a billionaire, indeed. I've been trying to make the example about Steve Jobs, the founder of the Microsoft, and a lot of billionaires that they die 50, 60s. And my question was, can they spend $1 billion to extend a week of the life? I didn't think so, and I don't think so. So if you jog probably half mile to 5 miles a day, to me, you kind of save 100,000 to $1 million a day, and that's what I've been doing. So for plus 8 years, I made about $680 million. Believe or not, National Water Day and Chocolate Day. Years ago, I decided to dedicate it to public speech. I couldn't really speak in the group of a regular meeting. It would take me minutes to be brave enough for myself to speak out. And I decided to join the Toastmaster when I changed my job from Dell to BA system, if you are familiar with the defense industry. And the second week, I joined Toastmaster, and I told myself, I'm going to learn something because I couldn't even make a good statement in the business meeting. And one day, I learned one of my big PMs evaluate a terrible speaker like myself. And after her evaluation, I feel like I was a pro speaker. That's called chocolate sweet. She didn't see anything bad about me. She didn't give me any kind of freaking suggestion, constructive recommendation, or whatsoever. What she said was good about my speech. And to myself at the moment, I didn't really do anything good during that 5 to 7 minutes. And that was an aha moment, just like a chocolate. You have to be so sweet because she recognized Mr. Jeff Chen at the moment was just in his inventory stage of a public speaker learner. So she encouraged me. That's a moment I figure out learning stuff, especially public speech. You have to be just like a water, so flexible, fit into any containers, any surfaces, anything. So when she evaluated me, for sure, totally different from she would evaluate Vincent. That's a moment I say to myself, that's a skill set I need to speak nice words. Even though I've been a jerk for all my life, but that's a moment I say I need to learn not to speak, be honest. Let me tell you something. No, you just need to hide those feelings. What you need to say is good words because a 7-year-old kid can speak honest words, but they have no idea how to punish the words. The aha moment told me it's not about how you speak, it's about how you appreciate the person who speaks, does, or performs on the stage, in the life, even in the very simple conversation. Let's cheer the National Water Day and the Chocolate Day. Being flexible enough, you can always get gusto. Man, that's an interesting topic. And that's how I learned over years. And I'm still learning. Sometimes I don't really get to the points, but do you care? If you do, please don't care because I don't really care. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jeff. That's awesome. All right, please take a minute and click the link that Vincent put in the chat to leave feedback.
All right, Mr. Trustmaster, 1 minute is up.
Thank you, Vince. Almost done with his. Where did I? Okay, now we're going to move into our table topics. And do we have a general evaluator today? You are, Sonia? Oh, cool. Excellent. All right, and I'm doing this okay, right, Vincent? This is where we're at right now, right? We do
Yeah,
table
everything's good so
topics, and then
far.
we do the evaluation after. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Um, click. All right, please use the word of the day, gusto. I'm gonna ask a few interesting wild questions like I usually do. And since there's only and Betty, are you back? Since there's only four of us. I promise I'll give you an easy question, Betty. It'll be fun, like last week. Or the week before when I asked questions. I can't remember. All right. The question is, if you could design the wildest, most thrilling water park ride imaginable, what would it be like? If you could design the wildest, most thrilling water park ride imaginable, what would it be like, Mr. Vincent?
Now imagine this. You are sliding through a tunnel and there are knives spiraling out of control as you're going into this death trap. That's what I first imagine when I think of like the most wildest ride imaginable, but for safety concerns, I don't think that would be the best thing, especially for people who are freaked out by like even the smallest blades. Like even when like when I'm cooking, or cooking with my cousins, what they like to do is just like bring up the knife and just point like, Vincent, go there. And then they just do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got already like take a few steps back. So if I had to design a ride, I think even if it's the most wild one, I'd probably try to make it with a huge safety factor considered. What I would imagine is something from like a fantasy novel or fantasy story. So imagining rides that look like you're riding through a dragon's mouth and going through the inner belly, and you're seeing like a lot of random things that the dragon has swallowed up, and you're like, what is all of this? And I think it'll be like a fun little adventure land. And then as you exit off that water slide and you go out, the way the food and all the other stuff goes out, that you'll be able to kind of enjoy the next part of the experience going through fantasy after fantasy attraction. So I think that would be something that I would personally find exciting to have water slides just that are based off of different themes, especially one with fantasy. Perhaps we can have a different land for those who are sci-fi lovers, and then we'll be able to create something like a book-based theme parked Wonderland. So that's what I'm hoping to bring to my personal amusement park slash water slide slash amazing ride in the future. I hope everyone goes into it with gusto and excitement, just looking forward to whatever they have in their imagination, that there's something available for them as a water slide. Back to you, Mr. Topics Master.
Thank you, Vincent. Good job. I was always scared of water slides, and you tell you had some big tall ones, and I have a bad back. I was always scared of that. So I like the ones you said you're going to your death or something like that. I was like, wow, you just scared me twice as bad now. Now I'm never going to touch water again. Just kidding. All right, next question. Where did I put it? What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done just for the fun of it? What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done just for the fun of it? Miss Sonia.
It's hard to actually describe or to pinpoint because when my son was small, we went on a trip from Santa Clara down to LA to visit my mom. She lives south of LA at the time, and well, technically she still does, but not at the same location. So sorry, my brain is like trying to get me to do things in a linear order. But we were driving through North LA, and this is before GPS was standard on your phone. And so I had a Thomas guide in the car, of course, because I'm not going to go places and have absolutely no idea where I'm going. And here's my he was 8-year-old kid at the time trying to help me navigate Thomas guide the map through LA because like, 3 or 4 of the freeways we tried to take were closed at the time we were trying to go through because they were doing repairs or there was an accident. It was just kind of just insane. But we always had, from that point forward, we always called anytime we didn't have exact directions or didn't quite come up right on the GPS, an adventure. We're going on an adventure. We took a wrong turn. We're going on an adventure. And so for his entire life, we did that. We went to Hawaii, and I had forgotten to download the Hawaii GPS map for my phone because there's notoriously bad reception everywhere other than where holidays actually show up. So we decided we were going to go on an adventure that day, and we kind of sort of knew where these things were, and we got lost multiple times. And every time his girlfriend was with us, every time we got lost, we're like, "Oh, we're on an adventure." She's like, "I don't understand." We can figure this out. It's an adventure because we don't know how exactly we're going to get there, but we're going to get there. And so finally, by the end of our trip, she was calling it, "Oh, we're on an adventure," all on board. So your daily life could be an adventure. Just, moving to a new city or going into a new area and at a new job site or whatever, and you don't know the area, you are bound to have an adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. You just gave me anxiety just thinking about that. I remember going to Germany for the first time. We had the atlas, or what do you call it? It was so hard to look up so you don't speak the language and see where I was at. Man,
Yeah.
that was wild. All right, next question. And Betty, you're still not back, correct? Because I'm going to save you the hardest question ever. Every minute you make us wait. Okay, next question. What's something you were nervous to try but ended up loving it? What is something you were nervous to try but ended up loving it? Mr. Jeff.
Thank you very much, Toby Master.